Good morning, children. Children, in the lesson Heredity and Variation, you studied about the characters that are passed from parents to the offspring. Therein, you studied about the inheritance, heredity, then chromosome, DNA, RNA, and the Mendel's experiment, where how the characters are passed from parents to the offspring. Okay, so now we are going to study the genetic disorders. Whatever the genes that are transferred from parents to the offspring, if they are passed in a proper way, then child will be healthy. Otherwise, there may occur some of the diseases in the offspring. Okay, so these diseases that are occurring due to the abnormality in the genes or due to the increase or decrease in the number of genes, accordingly there are different diseases that we are going to study here. Okay, before that, an important thought for inspiration. Children, you need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done. Okay, I am repeating. You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done. So, very smoothly, in a calm mind, we can do everything done. Okay, for only doing harmful work, negative work, we need the power. So, don't think that you don't have the power, that's why you can't do some work. Love is enough to get everything done. Okay, children? So now come to the disorders due to chromosomal abnormality. Just now I told you that diseases occurs in the organism, in the human being, due to the abnormality in the chromosomes, means change in the number of chromosomes. Chromosomal abnormality means the number of chromosomes may be more or the less, that is chromosomal abnormality. And secondly, the diseases may occur due to the mutation in genes. What is meant by mutations in gene? Means change in the structure of gene. They will have the same number of genes, but there will be the change in the size or the structure of the gene, and that is called as a mutation. So first of all, we are going to study the disorders that occur due to the chromosomal abnormality, means increase or decrease in the number of chromosomes in an organism. Children, you know that we have total 46 chromosomes in human being, means 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of that, you know, 22 pairs of chromosomes, they are autosome, that is homologous, while last pair, 23rd pair, it is a sex chromosome. It contains the sex chromosome, or it is called as a alleles. Okay, so it is a different, it is the sex chromosome. So therein the disease occurs in the organism. See here, first disease, it is called as a Down syndrome. What happens in the Down syndrome? There is one more extra chromosome is seen, that is there is a trisomy of 21st chromosome. Okay, 23 pairs are there. Out of that, in the 21st pair, there is a trisomy. Everywhere in each pair, 2 chromosomes are there, but as an abnormality in these children suffering from Down syndrome have 3 chromosomes in the 21st pair. Okay, that means they have 46 plus 1 chromosome in their body. So how are these children? These children, see the picture. By observing the picture, you can tell mentally retarded child with short lifespan. They have a life expectancy of only 16 to 20 years. Height is short. Their Neck is also short and wide, flat nose, short fingers, and scanty hairs are seen in the child which is having a Down syndrome. Okay, it was the first discovered and described chromosomal disorder in human beings. Okay, after that, people came to know about some more disease. Herein, what happens? There is a trisomy, means 3 chromosomes are seen in the 21st chromosome. Okay, so this occurs in the child from the childhood. Next is the Turner syndrome and the Klinefelter syndrome. Means total in the book we can see 3 diseases: Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, and Klinefelter syndrome. So Turner syndrome is a monosomy of X chromosome. What happens therein? 22 pairs are there, that is 44 chromosome plus 23rd pair. So here it is monosomy of X chromosome in the 23rd pair. Means instead of 2 chromosome in the 23rd pair, it has only 1 chromosome, that is monosomy. Therein, in Down syndrome, there was a trisomy. Here it is monosomy, means instead of 2, here is only 1 chromosome in the 23rd pair. But this Turner syndrome is seen only in the female. Children, keep in mind, Turner syndrome is seen only in the female, wherein 1 X chromosome is less. In female, number of chromosomes in a normal case should be 44 plus XX. Instead of that, in a diseased condition, female have 44 plus X chromosome. Okay. So, herein what happens? The female suffering from the Turner syndrome show the sterile characters. That is, she is unable to have children due to improper growth of the reproductive organ. In such case, these women are considered to be sterile. They cannot produce the young one. The reproductive organs, they are not well developed. Okay, that is called as the Turner syndrome. Beside that, Klinefelter syndrome. This Klinefelter syndrome is seen in the male. Okay, in male it is seen where what happens? 1 X chromosome is more. In Turner syndrome, female, 1 X chromosome is less. Herein in Klinefelter syndrome, 1 chromosome is more. 1 X chromosome is more. Okay. So, in this disorder, men have 1 extra X chromosome. Generally, men have 44 plus XY. The last 23rd pair is for the sex organs. So herein it has in male should be last pair should be XY. In female it should be XX. So as it should be XY, it has 1 more X chromosome in the 23rd pair, and that is also leading to the same problem, that is they have the sterility. Means men's reproductive organ is not well developed. Okay. So children, now you had studied the 3 diseases that are occurring through the chromosomal abnormality. First is Down syndrome, where there is a trisomy in the 21 chromosome. Okay. 21st pair have 1 extra chromosome. Okay. That is called as the Down syndrome. But another 2 diseases are Turner syndrome is seen in female and Klinefelter syndrome is seen in the male, where the sex means the last 23rd pair is abnormal. In female, it has 1 less X chromosome. In male, it has 1 more extra X chromosome. Okay. So this is all about the disorders due to chromosomal abnormality. Now next is the disorder due to mutation in the single gene. I told you that mutation means change in the structure of the gene. Okay. So that mutation change in the structure of gene may occur in one gene only, that is called as a monogenic, while the mutation that is change in the structure can be seen in many of the gene, and that is called as a polygenic. Okay. So disorder due to mutation are of two types, monogenic and the polygenic. Now we are going to study the monogenic disorder. Okay. Come to the page number 190. Children, there are approximately 4,000 diseases that occurs due to the mutation. Okay. So these different diseases herein in the book, name of some diseases are given: Hutchinson's disease, Tay-Sachs disease, galactosemia, phenylketonuria, sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, albinism, hemophilia, night blindness. Okay. These name of some diseases that are given, but again more diseases are there that occurs due to the mutation in a single gene. So in Hutchinson's disease, head is big. Okay, their size of the head is bigger. Then in Tay-Sachs diseases, they destroy their nerve cells in the brain are destroyed. They can't think. Okay, then in galactosomnia, they lose the galactoanemia, they lose the appetite. Okay, they do not feel hungry. The next is phenylketonuria. Therein non-functional organs are there from their birth only. In sickle cell, you know that blood cells, instead of having the oval shape, these are like the sickle. Then cystic fibrosis, therein you find in some of the people the fibroids, the rounded wound-like structure is seen, which is not affecting. So that growth, extra growth of fibrosis, it is called as a cystic fibrosis. Albinism. Albinism means disorder of the pigment, production of less pigment in the body. Okay. Then hemophilia. In hemophilia, excessive bleeding occurs because no clotting is seen during any accidents or any surgery. And night blindness is also said to be occurring due to the mutation in single gene. The person cannot see at night time. Okay. But herein in the book, we are going to discuss only about two diseases, that are albinism and the sickle cell anemia. Children, in albinism, you are finding the child. He is altogether okay, no problem is there in such children. But see the eyes and the skin. These eyes, skin and the hairs, these are too white. It is only because the brown pigment melanin is not secreted in their body. Okay. This disease occurs means the whitish skin, eyes, eyebrows, it is only because of the no secretion of melanin pigment, which gives color to our body. Okay. The next disease is sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is also the hereditary disease. It occurs due to the changes in gene during the conception. Okay. This disease is passed from parents to the offspring. Okay. So that occurs due to the change in the structure of proteins and DNA. Okay. You know that genetic characters are present because of the interpretation of the DNA and the protein. So because of that problem, sickle cell anemia occurs in a person. So what happens therein? Normal hemoglobin has a glutamic acid of the sixth as the sixth amino acid in its molecular structure. See here, hemoglobin contains glutamic acid in sixth amino acid, but instead of that, this glutamic acid is replaced by valine. Children, listen here. Glutamic acid is replaced by valine. Only keep in mind that, don't go in detail, that is not for this year. Hemoglobin contains the glutamic acid that is replaced by valine where in sickle cell anemia. So that valine, because of that, the structure of hemoglobin changes shape, changes the cell of the hemoglobic cell, that is the blood cell, it changes, and thus these erythrocytes, means red blood cells, instead of becoming the oval in size, they turn to be the sickle like. Just see the normal cell and the sickle cell, sufferer cells, how they are. Okay. So the oxygen carrying capacity of these children is very less. Okay. So they need the continuous blood supply, or they need the continuous flow of what is the food, so that the oxygen taking capacity will be increased. Okay, children. So the blood supply to the through the circulatory system to the brain, kidneys, lungs, as it becomes the less, these organs get damaged. So one has to take care if that is suffering from sickle cell anemia. Okay, it occurs due to the change in genes during the conception. Children, it is advised that if father or mother or both are affected by the sickle cell anemia, or if they are the carrier of this disease, you had studied in the previous that if someone is carrier, but if it is not dominant, then sickle cell is not seen in that person, but he is a carrier also. So at that time, the young one or the next generation may be the sufferer of that disease. So generally, the marriages between the persons who are the carrier or the sufferer should be avoided. Okay, because this disease may get increased. So generally, it should be avoided, so that because this disease occurs during the conception, so the young one or the offspring who is coming may again get that disease, so it should be avoided. Okay, children. See here, in this page number 191, a table is given wherein you came to know that how many chances are there of a person suffering from the sickle cell anemia. Okay. See here, if both are normal, capital A means normal. If both parents are normal, the new progeny will be the normal. If one is a normal, means see here, capital A means normal, capital A small s, capital A and S means what? It is a carrier. Okay, capital A S means carrier, capital A means normal. In such cases, there are 50% chances of normal and the carrier, because herein no one is sufferer. One is carrier and one is normal. So 50% progeny will be the carrier and 50% progeny will be the normal. In third case, see here, if one is normal and another is sufferer, at that time what happens? All progeny will be the carrier. Okay, all will be the carrier, because A and S will occur when they will conceive. At that time, capital A, capital S will occur. So all will be the carrier if one parent is normal and another is sufferer. In fourth case, both are carrier, A, S. At that time, 25 progeny will be normal, 25% will be sufferer, 50% will be carrier if both the parents are carrier. In fifth, If one parent is carrier or sufferer, another parent is also carrier or sufferer, at that time 50% progeny will be the carrier and 50% will be the sufferer. Last, if both are sufferer, all the progeny will be the sufferer if both the parents are sufferer. So this is the way in which that disease can spread. Okay. So there are two types of persons affected by sickle cell anemia: sickle cell carrier, sickle cell anemia carrier, and a sickle cell anemia sufferer. Okay. Symptoms of that is swelling of hands and legs, pains in joint, several severe general body ache, then frequent colds, cough, constant low grade fever, exhaustion, pale face, low hemoglobin content. Okay, these are the symptoms. If someone is feeling, they should immediately report to the doctor so that its chances will decrease. Okay, so there is a diagnosis for the sickle cell anemia also. Okay, under a national health scheme, the solubility test is there, where in a government hospital therein one can come to know about the sickle cell. Okay children.